That out-of-bounds south period began July 30th, 1774, and ended on November 11th, 1795. It lasted 21 years and had 10 subperiods. This, of course, was the era of the American and French revolutions. This line graph of the Pluto out-of-bounds south period is crazy-looking compared to the out-of-bound north period, where the subperiods increased in duration to a high point in the middle of the 15 years and then decreased proportionally for the last half of the period. That graph looked like a normal bell curve. You can see that this out-of-bounds south period starts off with Pluto going out of bounds for 5 months in the last half of 1774, and then it went back in bounds. It went next out of bounds for 7.5 months in mid-1775 to February 1776, increasing the duration out of bounds. But then Pluto just went berserk in the third out-of-bounds subperiod and stayed out of bounds continuously for almost 13 straight years, about 154 months. It never went back in bounds a single day of that entire 13-year period, from May 23rd, 1776 to March 22nd, 1789. This 13-year-long subperiod began with the signing of the Declaration of Independence, then continued right through the entire American Revolutionary War, and ended when the United States was a sovereign nation with its own government. The very first Congress met on March 4th, 1789. 9 of the 13 original states ratified the first U.S. Constitution, which went into effect that same day, March 4th, 1789, defining the structure of our federal government. So this entire 13-year-long subperiod of Pluto's out-of-bounds south period saw the end of the American colonial era and the birth of the United States of America. And there were 7 more subperiods to go. Those subperiods coincided with much of the French Revolution. The most extreme day of Pluto's out-of-bound declination, though, was during this 13-year subperiod, on October 8, 1783, when Pluto was at 24 South 44, a full degree and 6 minutes over the angle of obliquity. About a month before this date, the Revolutionary War had formally ended on September 3rd, 1783, with the Treaty of Paris, when Great Britain granted the United States independence. Almost a month after this most extreme day, on November 3rd, 1783, George Washington gave his farewell address to the troops, disbanding the Continental Army.